Good day, everyone. What is up? So, today's Wednesday wisdom is, before I get into that, I have one announcement. If you wanted to, but you couldn't make it, I do have my Merkaba activation workshop online now, and you can get the recording, the slides, the worksheet, the symbol, all of that fun jazz for the Merkaba activation workshop. So you can go to my website and get that. All right, so today is all about 3 things of where your power lies. Now, the game of power has been happening for a really long time. All right. So there's always been this dynamic of power over, power under, and what has changed is that a lot of people are starting to wake up to this. And they're like, I'm tired of being tired of this game of power over and power under. Now, if you don't know what I mean by power over and power under, so you can think of power over, someone who is very egotistical, always needing to dominate, like extreme domination over something or someone. Pride, someone who's like super cocky, right? Someone who, say for example, can never apologize, like always have a lot of pride and just that power over and trying to also manipulate people. So that's power over. You really want to control people and manipulate them, okay? Now, power under is when you are feeling small, in a victim mindset, really insecure, maybe even a people pleaser, like extreme people pleaser, because you just always feel like you ask yourself where that's coming from. I don't want to make this video about that. You can just ask yourself, where is this people pleasing coming from? And have fun with that. Okay, so you kind of get the idea, right? Yes. So where does your power lie? So number 1, and this is the biggest one, okay, which is why it's number 1 on the top of the list, right? I want to be like on the top of the charts, right? Like we got the Billboard charts. Number 1, coming to you live. No. Okay. Is know thyself. Yes, know thyself. That is the biggest. Not what the outside world is telling you about yourself, not what your family members, even your loved ones, your partner, your kids, even, like the whole list, the whole encompassing list, right? Not that. Know thyself. And the first way to really start to get into that is questioning things, and questioning through self-inquiry is a great place to know thyself. All right, this is so important, and I can't urge this enough in so many areas of your life, because a lot of the time we're reacting to things. A lot of the time we're unconsciously doing something and we don't even know why we do it, but it's because we need to dig deeper in knowing thyself. So I wrote down just a couple different examples. One, in knowing yourself, right? Where is your focus going? Is your focus going to the problem, or is your focus going to the solution, right? That is huge for knowing thyself and where your power lies, okay? So knowing where your focus is going, all right? That's one. And there's a lot of different ways to do self-inquiry. I'm just giving you a couple examples, okay? In this situation or with this person, right? What have I made this situation or person mean to me? Okay, what have I made it mean to me? And what are you feeling or thinking in regards? Like, what do you notice? Okay, what have you observed? What are you sensing in that situation or person, and what you have made it mean to me or you, right? And then the next one, I'm just going to give you 3. In this situation, what are my limiting self-beliefs that I am wearing? Because it's like you wear it, you cloak it, just like I'm wearing this today. In other videos, I'm wearing a bright red color or maybe pink, right? It's like, what are you wearing today? Like, you can think about when you go through your closet and laundry. Yeah, sure. Okay, your closet. Maybe you got to clean that dirty laundry. Maybe that's what was coming through there, right? You got to clean that dirty laundry for real, right? Because how are you masking yourself? And when you go into your closet and you go to pick out your outfit that day, how do you want to express yourself, right? Like, it's so important. Like, sometimes we really have an intention of how we want to express ourselves through our clothes, and other times we're just like, I just wear this. And depending on how you feel, right? Like, if you don't feel well that day, maybe you just want to wear a hoodie and some sweats. And then other days, you know, maybe you want to look a little bit more professional, right? Or a little bit classier, or maybe you want to be a little bit more like flirty, right? Or, you know, whatever. So yeah, really understanding where this limiting belief is coming from and how you're wearing it, okay? So those are just a couple. I do have a free worksheet, and you can go to my blog and my website and go to feel all the feels, and at the bottom of that blog I have a free worksheet, so you can check that out. Cop that. You can cop that, right? Okay. Because self-inquiry, yeah, it is a massive part of my practice. It's a massive part of an alchemist practice. So yeah, and so many other practices use it too. This isn't just like alchemy based. Okay. And then number 2, where does your power lie? Okay, now this isn't so much a place, right? For all my spiritual people who are like, oh, solar plexus, 3rd chakra, solar plexus, 3rd chakra, that's where your power lies. So it's not so much of a place. Now, yes, that may be true for some people, right? And I definitely myself love using the chakra system. It's just a great outline and guide, but it's not always true for everyone. So keep that in mind. What I'm giving you today in the guidance is something that you can take one thing and apply it into your life. So if you do feel called to go that route, then by all means, head that direction. So number 2, and this is so big, all right? The present moment is where we have the most access to our power. So if you are looking for a place, right, in this spaciousness, the present moment is where we have the most accessibility to our power. Not the past, not the future, right now. Okay? And really, it is in the moment where you can start to own your innate power. Really own that innate power, right? And this is why so many people say the present moment. Well, it's really hard to just jump into that space and that state of wanting to be, like, you may want to be in the present moment, but to actually feel like you're living and breathing and feeling and sensing and knowing the present moment, Well, that in itself is a whole process, which is why I started with knowing thyself and going through self-inquiry, because just to live in the present moment is something you choose to do, not just every day, every hour, every minute. Especially nowadays, we are bombarded with so many things that it takes us out of the present moment and takes us out of our power if we allow it. Okay? Are you all following me? If you don't understand that, that's all right. You can wonder about it. You can also DM me or email me questions about this. Yes. Okay. And number 3, where does our power lie? In our heart-centered truth. Yes, our heart-centered truth is where our power lies. So you kind of understand the order now, right? So you can kind of work through, and maybe depending on where you're at, right? If you know where you're at and where you need to go, great. If you don't know where you're at or where to start, contact me. This is what I do, right? I can definitely work with you one-on-one, or you can come to my group classes that are a bit more affordable, okay? So if you don't know where to start, and it doesn't have to be me, someone who you resonate with, and that's huge when you want to do work like this. If you want to do any self-work, right, any self-transformation, finding the right person to connect with and moving through and growing is huge. It's so important. So our heart-centered truth, and this in itself is another practice. So these are like 3 different practices that you can utilize depending on where your energy, or for those who understand this, where your frequency is that day. So it has a lot to do with frequency management, right? So the first one is really about doing frequency management through questioning. Number 2, doing frequency management of the present moment in the spaciousness of a place that maybe you could be potentially trying to find, right? And then number 3, aligning and tuning in to your heart center is also another practice. So for some, just putting your hands on your heart and breathing into it. And the biggest part of tuning in to your heart-centered truth, no matter what type of practice this looks like for you, the biggest number 1 thing in listening is listening, the art of listening to your heart-centered truth, all right, which is that small whisper. Okay, and I've done a video on that. So starting to listen to your thoughts, right? Your feelings, your words, what you're speaking into existence, and then our actions and our beingness, and that isness of the beingness. For those who understand, you get it. All right. And for those who don't, wonder about it. Where could that lead you in the beingness of the isness? Okay. I love play on words. All right. So, and really being mindful of your heart-centered truth and where it's guiding you, and then also your thoughts that day, the feelings you're having, the words that you're speaking into existence, and the mindful actions that you're going through about your day. All right, this is where your power lies. So when we're in this game of power and you want to break that cycle of power over and power under, this is a process that you can utilize to hone in your own power and really start listening to yourself, and then being mindful of the actions and how you want to express yourself that day. And yes, this takes practice. It is like anything, right? You got to practice that muscle over and over, practicing that muscle, right? Just like an exercise, right? You got to practice that muscle. This is also practicing knowing thyself. This is practicing being in that present moment. This is practicing going into your heart-centered truth, right? This is a practice. So if you would like to know more about these practices, let me know. Give me a comment, send me a message, whichever form you want to. My info will be in the description box below. All right, guys, so if you really like this video, please save and share and then comment and like. But really, more than ever right now, I really feel that this is so relevant. So relevant right now, okay? So, of course, I hope you have a grateful day and enjoy the moment. Much love.